So yeah, you will get that fees details and the bank information and complete contact number, everything they'll share you in this chat window now itself before closing the class. And here, benefits of this course. Here, web UI programming we are learning here. Yesterday I faced some internet, that system got stuck somewhere. Here, that's why it is not continued. Here, today I'll continue demo session only. Here, because of this UI course, you can apply, after learning this UI course, you can apply as a front-end developer. Front-end developer who work for front-end programming. Front-end means here UI here it is a user interface. Here interface. This is what here UI. You can see here HTML 4 and 5, CSS 2 and 3, third topic JavaScript. Here fourth one jQuery. Here fifth one Ajax. Here sixth one responsive design. Here responsive design. Then seventh one will be here Bootstrap. Eighth one will be here lessons as programming. Here ninth is project. 10th is exam. Here like this I'll continue. Monday to Friday topic session. Saturdays will be here. Next 2 months I'll continue. This is totally related to topic. Here topic related content only I'll discuss here under this. Here UI means here user interface. Here in this user interface, here this is what front end. If you enter any URL, whatever application you can see, that is what UI. You may enter Google, Twitter, Facebook, or a mobile application, Flipkart, or any Naukri.com, any URL if you enter, that is what one front end. After entering your URL, you will access that website. Whenever you access that website, your data, whatever your details you are using to log in that application, your details will be stored in the database. And this front end always connect with the server program. Here, benefit of this course here, if you learn this UI course, you can develop your own web page, front end part of the application. That back end, the business logic part will be developed by server side developers. Database developers, they have to know about the management of data. Select query, insert query, update query, that query programming, they will learn it in database part. Here front-end part, they'll work for only the front-end programming. Here you can see here Google URL. So once you click on this search option, your data will be redirected to server. Here once you click on this search option, your data will be redirected to server. Here I am explaining here front-end. In this front-end, here itself I am explaining here front-end. Now save the file. Here 9 o'clock, 8:30 demo. Here 29 October 2024 at 8:30. Here, once you click on the search option, your data always redirected to server. Here, your data always redirected to server. Server, who will be the server side developer? They'll concentrate only the server parts. Here, server side developers, they will concentrate on the server side programming. Here, front-end developer, they'll concentrate only the UI. Here, we can also call it as front-end. Here, UI developer, they'll work out on the UI programming. Server-side developers will work out on the server-side programming. Here, that is here, PHP, Java, .NET, Python. Here, all comes under here server programs. Who know Java, they called as server-side developer. Who know .NET, they also called as server-side developers. Here, this server-side developers always connected to database. Here, database here databases are here, Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server. Here, Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server, MongoDB, etc. all comes under databases. Here, front-end developers will work out with the server program, server connected to database, database back to server, server will give you resultant page for us. This resultant page, whatever you will get immediately after after searching something in the Google, you will get all the list of links here. This list of links, whatever you are getting here, this is again a front-end page, but data will come from server page, server and database. Every time end user can see only the front end. End user cannot see server and databases. Here, if you learn this UI programming, you can create here front end part of our application. This front end part of the application, you can create it. Here, I'm explaining here UI. UI means user interface. In this user interface, we are going to see that list of all topics, all like this. Okay, here I'm explaining UI. UI means user interface. Under this user interface, you can see here how to work with this UI. Here, suppose if you, yesterday I showed you facebook.com. If you check that facebook.com, you can see that here Facebook homepage. Here Facebook, that starting page. Here login page of the Facebook. See, if you submit your details, it will connect with the server, server connected to database. Database will fetch the details. If you are a valid user, then it will fetch the details from the database and it will give you resultant page for us. Here, after fetching your details, it will give you resultant page for us. So this type of interactions you can observe here in our UI program. In our UI programming, front-end page will connect to server, server connected to database. Here, this type of interactions you can observe here in our UI programming. Here itself, I'm explaining here UI. UI here, it is a user interface. Here in this user interface, once you enter your details, you can able to connect to server, server connected to database. This type of interactions you can observe here in our UI program. In our UI programming, you can observe here this type of interactions. Here, once you enter your email address and password, you can click submit button. So your data will be redirected to server. Here, server will connect to database. Here, we are learning here UI programming. This UI program always connected to server, server connected to database. Here, database will give you resultant page for us. That is our UI page. Here, database will always give you resultant page for us. That is our UI page. Here, we are connecting front end connected to server, server connected to database. Here, this type of interactions you can observe here in every UI programming. Here, what I'm doing here, so this is what here, one UI. Here, MVC architecture always, it will follow to create this type of application. Here, it always follows MVC architecture. Model view controller architecture, generally it will follow to design our application. Model view controller architecture. Here, model part, view part, controller part. Here, model view controller architecture, generally it will follow to design our output. Here in this time, see here, you can check it here, model view controller architecture, we call it as MVC. Here, in this MVC, you can check it here, model view controller architecture, generally it will follow to design our output. In this MVC architecture, here MVC, here it is model view controller. Here model view controller architecture, we generally follow. Model and controller part, we generally created by our server programs. Here model and controller part, we generally develop it by our server programs. Here it is by server program. This is also by server program. Here view part is always by UI program. So if you are a front-end developer, you will concentrate only the view part of the application. Okay, as a front-end developer, we will concentrate only the view part of our application. Got it. So now right-click inspect element on this. Oh, you cannot see my screen. Screen not visible. See, unmute and ask your question. Okay. See, whenever if you're not able to see my screen, please unmute and ask your question. Okay. If you chat it, it is not blinking out. Here we are following MVC architecture here. In this MVC architecture, here in this MVC architecture, model view controller architecture, we are working out only the front end part for our application. Only the front end part of our application we can see here in our UI program. Okay, only the front end part of our application you can see here in our UI program. So here in this front end programming, I'm explaining here how this UI will work with the server connected to database, how it will work, you can check it. Here in this UI programming, whatever application you can see here, whatever application you can see here, see here, I'll show you. Facebook is one example for UI is connecting with the server connected to database. Here, this is what here, one UI page, it will connect to server connected to database. Here in this time, once you click on the search option or a login option of this Facebook, it will connect to server page. Server is connecting with the database. This type of interactions you can observe here in every UI program. In every UI programming, you can find it here, this type of interactions. Okay. Here, always UI connected to server connected to database. This is totally MVC architecture. This MVC architecture here, it will follow MVC architecture here. In this MVC architecture, model view controller architecture, we are following here. Under this, here, Facebook is one example for our front end. Here, this front end is connecting with the server code here. That is Oracle or MySQL or SQL server, any one server program. Here databases are here, any one database you can use. Just one second. Here, once I enter my details here, I can able to submit my application form. Here I'm submitting my data. So once I submit this data to server, so definitely I can, here this UI page will connect to server. Here it will check it. It will check with the database. Here, if it is available with the database, then only it will allow to log in. If it is not allowed with database, it won't allow to submit our application form. Here I'm explaining here UI. UI here it is a front end. This front end programming always connected to server connected to database. This is what totally MVC architecture we are following here. Here model view controller architecture generally we follow to design our application. Model view controller architecture generally we will follow to design our application. In this here one more example I'll show you here. Oracle create account. Oracle is one example here. This is Oracle create account is one example site here. So if I submit my data, see here I'm submitting my data. This data will connect to server. That server page here. Here it is connecting with the server page here it is JSP. This is one example for UI connecting with the Java page is connecting with the database. This is what here one front end. So we observed here two different websites. Here one is facebook.com is the best example for UI is connecting with the server. Here from this only you can understand here. Here UI is connecting with the server. Here UI is connecting with the PHP programming. PHP is connecting with the database. Here we are learning only the UI part here. Similar way, you can check it here. This is one Oracle create account page. Here also you can check it here. This is one front end is connecting with the server. Here front end here. This front end is connecting with the server. Here this is what one UI page. Here UI is connecting with the Java page. Java page will connect to database. Here we are learning here UI architecture, front-end programming. In this front-end, here always UI will be connected with the server, server connected to database. Here we are following MVC architecture. Under this, see these two websites all are like this. Now in this here, we are learning here UI. UI here it is a front-end. In this, here if you right click inspect element on this. Here I am right clicking on this. Here right click inspect element on this. So whenever you right click inspect element on this, you can see here some code here. That is what here doc type HTML head and body. Doc type here it is document type HTML tag, head tag and body tag you can show for our program. Here doc type HTML head and body is the standard code of HTML. Here if you remove this head section, delete the head part. See standard code of every front-end programming here, doc type HTML head and body. If I remove the head section, you cannot see any output for this. See here, you cannot see any proper alignment for this. You don't see the here, if you right click here, if you remove the head section, you cannot see any output for this. So once you refresh here, all will back. Here, by this we can understand here, head section. Yesterday it is a demo class. Today also, Rajkumar, it is a demo class only. You can join from regular session here tomorrow. Okay. Here I'm explaining here UI. Here the standard code of UI here it is. Standard code of UI will be here. Any web page will be here. Doc type, HTML. Link you can ask organizer. DURGASOFT organizer and join. Join tomorrow. We'll get the link from organizer. Here head and body is the standard code of HTML. Under this head section, generally we'll write it here, style tag and then script tag. Here, style tag and the script tag, we use it here to write JavaScript, and here we will use it here. Script tag is used to write JavaScript code. Style tag we used to write CSS code. Here, style tag as well as script tag, we use it here to write JavaScript and CSS. Here, style tag we use it. Here, style tag I'm using here to write JavaScript code. Script tag I'm using here to write Java. Script tag for JavaScript, style tag is for CSS. Next, under this, here HTML is a hypertext markup language. It is completely a tag-based programming. It is completely a tag-based program. Tag is nothing but it's an instruction to the browser. Here, HTML is our first topic. Here it is a hypertext markup language. Here, markup means here it is a tag-based programming. Here, tag is nothing but it's an instruction to the browser. Instruction to browser. Here we have two types of tags. We have here two types of tags. We have one is paid tag. Here one is paid tag. Second category here unpaid tag. Here we have two types of tags. We have one is paired tag, another one unpaired tag. Under this paired tag, generally we'll write it here. So whenever you start the tag, definitely you need to close the tag. Here tag name will write it. Here tag name will close it. This is paired tag. Example for this here, body tag is a paired tag. Head tag is also a paired tag. HTML tag is also a paired tag. Here, like this, you will find it here, all your tags. Okay. Here, you will learn about what all pair and what all unpair. Here, and tag name. And here itself, if you close it, this is unpaired tag. See, you can see here what all tags comes under pair, what all tags comes under unpair. You can check it. Here, you can check it once we enter in HTML4 topic. Next topic of our content here, CSS. Second topic of our content here, it is CSS. CSS, here it is cascading style sheet. Here itself, cascading style sheet. This is what here, style part of the web page. Style part of web page, we can create it. We can create it using CSS. Using CSS only, we can create mainly style part of our application. This style part here, see, if you check this example here, if you remove the head section, see, without the style, only HTML output will come like this. This is only HTML. Only HTML, if you use it in the program, that output will come like this. Here, once you refresh, all will back. Here, you can see here body tag. If you remove the body tag here I removed the body tag. You cannot see any output here. You cannot see any output here. See, once you refresh, all will back. See, here itself I'm writing here doc type HTML head and body. Head tag is used to write CSS and JavaScript code. Body tag is used to write body part of our application. So here mainly because of the CSS, we can write this background color. Here text related color, font related color, button related color, alignment of the application, all will write it. See here, button color is changing here. This is because of CSS. Here, because of CSS, it is giving this type of output. Next one here CSS is giving here background color. Here, background color for the application. Here, border for this, text style, text and font. Here, all, etc. We will learn it under the CSS. Under the CSS only, we will learn it here, this type of style. Here, next topic here, JavaScript. Third topic of our course is here, JavaScript. Here, under this JavaScript, you will learn it here, how to use the script tag to execute our application. Script tag is mainly used to write JavaScript. Here, JavaScript adds functionality of web page. Here, functionality of a web page, we can create it with this JavaScript. Here, under this functionality, we can write it here, validations, here cookie, local storage, session storage, here animations, here OOP in JavaScript, all etc. We will learn it under this JavaScript. Under this JavaScript only, you will learn it here, how to write all these things. JavaScript, here it will add it here, functionality to our application. Here, validations, cookie, local storage, session storage, all we will learn it under this JavaScript. See, check the example here. See, this is alignment is by CSS. HTML is creating basic skeleton. Skeleton here, images, button, radio button, checkbox, drop down list, these all by HTML. Once you submit this application form, you will get error message here. Here, this error message, here valid format of email address should be there, password should be minimum 10 characters, and at least one number, at least one special character. These all we will write it here with this JavaScript. Here with this JavaScript, you will understand here how to implement validation of the application. Here, complete validation of the application form, we can develop it with this program. Here, buttons, radio button, checkbox, drop-down list, all we will write it here with this JavaScript. Here, with this JavaScript only, you will understand here how to develop our application. Okay. JavaScript adds functionality to our application. These functionalities are here. JavaScript related functionalities are here. Here validations, local storage, cookie creations, all we will learn it under JavaScript. Here, third topic of our content here, JavaScript. With that, we can develop our applications. Here, easily, we can implement validation of the application form with this JavaScript. Here we are implementing validations by JavaScript. We are writing programming part here, functionality of the application here with this JavaScript. Here, next topic here, fourth topic of our course is here, jQuery. Here, fourth topic of our content here, it is jQuery. Just I'm giving brief information about the each topic and topic related example. By this, you will understand each topic and topic related output, topic related example, you can easily understand. Here, jQuery 3.7.1.js is one jQuery. Here, jQuery cycle.js is another jQuery. Here, jQuery validation.js is one more jQuery. Here, like this, etc., etc. So many jQuery files you can see. Here, jQuery, it is mainly JavaScript external library. So if you add this jQuery, what I can do? See here. Now I'm writing here jQuery cycle. Because of this jQuery cycle, you can implement validation of the application form. See, sorry, slideshow of images. See here. Because of the jQuery cycle.js, you can see here slideshow of images will be like this. Here, mainly slideshow of images we can show for our program. Here, shuffling, zooming, fading, this type of effect we can show for our execution. Here, turn down effect, curtain X effect, these all we can create it with this jQuery. So we have to add one external jQuery here, that is jQuery cycle.all.js. Here, cycle.all.js, if you add it, you can automatically implement your output with this. Okay, here this is related to jQuery. jQuery related all effects for our application, you can create it like this. Here, up to now, I gave example for four topics. First, we understood here what is UI. Here, first we understood here what is UI. After this, here we discussed here what is the usage of server and database with this UI. After that, I entered in first topic of our content. Here it is HTML4. HTML is a hypertext markup language. It is completely tag-based programming. It will create basic skeleton part of the web page. Basic skeleton part of the web page, we can create it with this HTML. Second topic here, CSS. Because of that, we can add it here, functionality to, alignment of the application. Alignment, background colors, borders, all will write it with this CSS. Here, next topic here, jQuery. jQuery, it is an external library of JavaScript. jQuery is a external library of JavaScript. JavaScript only, but it is a ready-made file. So today we discussed all three topics introduction. Tomorrow I'll continue four more topics introduction. I'll explain and I'll give you with example. Here, everyday class, I'll upload it in OneDrive, one Gmail drive. I'll create it for your 8:30 batch. That drive I'll share with the students. See here, you can see one of my drive. here for 9 o'clock for your batch only. Here, whatever demonstrations I have conducted, all demo recordings I uploaded here. Here, so I'm uploading everyday class recording, everyday class files, documents, programs, everything uploading here. See here in this 9 o'clock, you can see here paint file, everyday class paint files I'm uploading here. Here, programs, everyday class programs I'm uploading here. Here, recordings, everyday class recordings I'm uploading here. Here, similar way, we can test. Once I conduct the test, once one topic is over, I'll conduct one test. The test related question paper and answer sheet I'll upload here in this weekend test folder. In this weekend test folder, I'll upload question paper and answer sheet of that particular exam. Okay, so like this, I'll communicate with the students and I'll share my mail address with you. I'll share my mail address with you. So by that, you can communicate with me within that mail. Here, you can communicate with me within that mail. So that way, generally, I'll connect with the students. Here, I'm explaining here UI. UI here is a user interface. How to create that user interactive page. How to connect our programming with that UI, how to develop our application, how to submit our application. Those all I'm explaining here in this UI. UI here, it is a user interface, how to develop our application with this UI we discussed. Here, how to develop our application with this UI, we can see here. Here, in this, I explain here only the first 4 topic introduction, and I'll share my mail address with you once I get your email. So today itself, they already shared in the chat window that fees related all topic, communication of office, all informations they shared you in the chat window. Check that chat window and contact them if you are interested to continue this batch. 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. or otherwise I'll continue. Your class timing will be 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Any one timing I'll continue. 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. or 9 to 10 I'll continue your class. So up to now, if you have any doubt, you can express. Jyoti Rajkumar. To know any doubts? Today I have taken demo only. In this demo, I explain first 4 topics introduction. Tomorrow, I'll continue with the 4 more topics in our UI. And daily basis, class will be shared with the drive. In that drive, I'll separately upload documents, recordings, paint file, programs, separately, I'll upload it in your drive. So if you have any doubt related to anyone, anything, please let me know. Any doubts? Jyoti and Rajkumar, any doubts? No doubts. Tomorrow I'll continue continuation of demonstration. Rajkumar, have you completed your registration? Did you got my 9 p.m. access? Drive access, 9 p.m. Gmail drive access. So you no need to join tomorrow. You can join after festival, 2nd. 31st and 1st is holiday because of Diwali. Then 2nd November, you can join for the continuation of class. Okay, yes. So like this, I got all mail address. Here, is your mail address here? Check it, please. Is it there in this? Rajkumar?
First mail ID.
First mail ID. Okay. Yeah. Good. So you already got the drive access. Continuation class is on 2nd November. If any-
Yesterday class drive is not uploaded in drive.
Yesterday it is demo. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow will be the demo classes. Till now, only 2 registrations completed. Demos are continuing.
Okay.
Yes, that's it for today. We'll continue tomorrow with the continuation of demonstration. Thank you.